Broadcast Center. This is 22 News in Focus.
Welcome to 22 News in Focus. I'm Ciara Speller. The coronavirus pandemic has changed our lives in many innumerable ways. One of the first impacts was on education, when schools countrywide moved to virtual learning, not only K through 12, but colleges and universities. Today on 22 News in Focus, we're looking at how one local college has approached adapting traditional support systems and created new ones. Joining me is Darcy Kemp, Vice President of Student Affairs at Springfield Technical Community College. Darcy, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you. Pleasure.
I just want to begin with some background on STCC. Tell us when the school was founded and why a technical college.
Great. Yeah, Springfield Technical Community College was founded in 1967 as the only technical campus of the 15 community colleges in the Commonwealth. STC's roots extend further back to 1964 when the city of Springfield created the Springfield Technical Institute, or STI. This was a career training program to help graduates of the Springfield Trade High School, now the Roger L. Putnam Vocational Technical High School, to prepare for the workforce. And the Springfield Armory was decommissioned in 1968 and became the STC campus in 1969.
So how many degree programs are offered, and tell us about the subjects?
STC has 50 associate's degrees that are housed within 3 schools: our Liberal Arts and Professional Studies, our School of Health and Patient Simulation, and STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, in subjects such as business, writing, social work, engineering, architecture and building technology, computer and IT security, criminal justice, urban studies, heating and air conditioning, advanced manufacturing, nursing, dental hygiene, and several other health fields.
All right, a lot of programs right there. What about certification and licensing programs?
STC has 25 certificate programs. Most of our allied health programs and our information technology programs prepare students to sit for national industry credentialing and licensure exams. In addition, many workforce development programs train students for state licensure. For example, water treatment, oil burner technician, environmental protection agent certification, among others.
All right, I want to have you talk about, I'm sorry, go ahead.
My apologies.
No, that's okay.
I also wanted to mention that STC is also where the National Association for Community College Entrepreneurship was created. And today, NACCE has over 340 members across the U.S. and Canada, with offices in Springfield and Raleigh, North Carolina.
And I want to ask you, on average, how many students are enrolled annually?
Like most community colleges across the country, STC has experienced a decline in enrollment since 2012, when we had about 7,000 students. We now have about 5,000, and one reason for the decline is the population of high school age students, which has been decreasing and will continue to do so over the next few years. The COVID pandemic has also put additional pressure on enrollment as students face unprecedented challenges and barriers caring for themselves and for their families.
So did STC offer some classes online before the pandemic?
Yes, in fact, our business degrees have been available for quite some time as 100% online options. Pre-pandemic, approximately 30% of all of our classes were available online, and today we're roughly at about 85%, with a small number of in-person labs and clinicals. In addition, over the past 18 months, we've been working with the New England Commission on Higher Education to certify additional programs to be offered online. These are existing in-person programs at STC and will be offered both online and in person person when the pandemic ends. And we hope to roll these out later this year. And it's important to note that STIC isn't seeking any shift to online, specifically speaking. We're responding to the pandemic, obviously, and our faculty, frankly, have been heroic in adapting. Post-pandemic, we hope to increase the opportunity and availability of a STIC education for a wider population of students. Online can provide that extra bit of flexibility a person might need to make college possible.
And I want to ask you, how is the school adapting to any of the changes that has been sparked by the pandemic?
The college spent nearly $500,000 to develop over 400 online courses and labs that were held this past summer and fall. We have a team of 3 full-time professionally trained instructional designers who work one-on-one with faculty to help develop those online classes. And STIC has made a robust investment in this, and the commitment in this online sphere during the pandemic. We quickly embraced a fully online model for most of our classes after seeing really just how difficult it was for both students and faculty to navigate the variety of remote learning methods that took place last spring.
All right, Darcy, thank you so much for your insight, and we'll continue our conversation after the break. You're watching 22 News in Focus. Welcome back to 22 News in Focus. Today we're talking about how one local college is adapting programs and creating new ways to continue education during the pandemic with Darcy Kemp. She's the Vice President of Student Affairs at Springfield Technical Community College, or STIC. So Darcy, let's talk about the educational support services that you're offering students right now. Can students still meet with advisors or mentors and academic counselors, and how has that changed?
Yes, all of our advisors are working remotely from home, and they meet with students over phone, email, Zoom, Google Hangout, and live chat. And we're proud to say that that availability spans nearly 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday. We're also extremely proud of our live chat option, which we've actually had for over a decade, but we've expanded upon it significantly during the pandemic to really provide opportunities for students to access the support and resources that they need in real time.
I want to have you talk about some of the tutoring opportunities. What is there available for students?
We still have one-on-one tutoring available for students and in most subjects. And we do offer this with both professional tutors and peer tutors. And outside of normal or regular business day hours, we do offer an online service to students that they can access tutoring any time of the day or night, depending on their need.
And so what about the cost associated with that tutoring?
Tutoring is free to students, whether that's with a student success coach for professional tutoring, peer tutoring, or through the online service.
Okay, and so STIC is a public college and a community college, and community colleges tend to be less expensive than a four-year school. A lot of your students probably have to financially support themselves as well. So now that many classes are online, what student support is there for things like IT?
Great question. Many. Our IT help desk remains available remotely with extended hours, and we actually built an online guide to help students understand where to go to get the help that they need. Our team of instructional designers also built a comprehensive and robust set of videos and guides to help students acclimate to online learning and to make the most of the tools that are available to them.
Okay, and so Wi-Fi, obviously extremely crucial in being able to get your coursework done if you're going to be working remotely. Are you guys offering any free Wi-Fi hotspots or Chromebooks, things like that?
Yes, we have over 500 Chromebooks loaned out through the library, in addition to over 200 Wi-Fi hotspots, many of those generously donated by T-Mobile and TD Bank. We've also set up an online process so that students can request funding to purchase laptops or other technology items that they need for their education.
And what about access to library services?
The STIC library is fully available during the pandemic. Librarians are available by appointment to assist students with research. They are also working with faculty to provide free textbooks to students in dozens of classes. And many other classes feature some free materials to help reduce the expense to students. The library and our marketing teams also rolled out an innovative and searchable video archive to allow students and faculty to watch talks, workshops, and lectures given by guest speakers.
And I want to know if the school is still offering career services like apprenticeships, internships, or job placement opportunities.
Yes, we recently made a big investment in career services, centralizing these functions within our Workforce Development Center. So students and alumni now have one-stop access to help with writing resumes and their apprenticeship, internship, or job searches. And our workforce team also works very closely with Mass Hire, both Springfield and Holyoke, to assist individuals with their job searches or enrolling in workforce training opportunities. We also offer an exciting new online tool called Career Coach, where you can research job and salary trends and identify the STIC certificate or degree to get you there. There's a job board featuring local employers. There's a skills assessment and also a resume writing tool. And veterans and active duty service members can also use their MOS codes to explore opportunities. It's free to anyone, and it's actually available on STIC's homepage.
Darcy, tell us about transportation services. Does STIC offer any of that?
Yes, students who have on-campus classes during the pandemic can get a free PVTA bus pass. And during a regular operation, students would normally be able to choose between a free bus pass or a free parking permit. And also during those times, we would operate a free shuttle service between our campus and the parking lots as well.
And I want to get to this because I think it's really important. I want to know if you're waiving application or other fees to ease the financial burden a lot of people are seeing during the pandemic.
That's such a great question. STIC is proud to not charge any application fee. And in fact, we're an open access institution. So we accept everyone who has the drive to attend college and has graduated from high school or earned their high school equivalency diploma, such as a GED. There are some fees that are associated with specific classes, and unfortunately, we're not able to reduce or eliminate those fees, but we do offer many scholarships, and most of our students are eligible for financial aid. So these do also include federal Pell Grants, which are given to low-income students who qualify. And for students who do qualify, the maximum Pell Grant Award, STIC is nearly free to attend. STIC also offers emergency grant funding for students who are in need, and we award these for things like living expenses and also assistance with tuition bills.
And lastly, I just want to ask you, where would you be able to find applications for student aid?
Applications for student aid, we really encourage students to apply for the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA, by May 1st for the upcoming fall semester in order to be considered for the maximum aid eligibility. Students who do not meet the priority deadline can still apply up to the start of the semester, and we use the FAFSA as the basis for all financial aid awards. STIC scholarship application periods also occur during both the fall and the spring semester. And just to note, last year we had nearly 4,500 of our students file a FAFSA. So they're very active in that process.
All right, Darcy, thank you. We are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about college communities providing more than just an education. You're watching 22 News in Focus. Welcome back. If you're just joining us on 22 News in Focus, we've been talking about colleges adapting to programs and creating new ways to continue education during the pandemic. Darcy Kemp, Vice President of Student Affairs at Springfield Technical Community College, has been speaking with us on this topic. Thanks for being here with us, Darcy.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
So with the pandemic, some students or their parents may have lost jobs and they're struggling financially. What is the Center for Access Services and what's offered?
The Center for Access Services, also known as CAS, provides extensive non-academic support, and it's really dedicated to helping students overcome non-academic barriers that may be impacting a student's ability to stay in school. The team in CAS works very closely with other offices and student services on campus, as well as community-based organizations, to assist students in what we call full wraparound services. The team meets one-on-one with students and assists them in accessing assistance and services related to mental health, health insurance, financial resources, housing assistance, food assistance, and more. Really, they take a look at the student in need and try to wrap those services around those needs. Additionally, they have a variety of services and initiatives within the Center for Access Services that include emergency financial assistance, school supplies, and grocery assistance through STIC's very own RAM cupboard, which is our emergency food pantry.
And so you mentioned emergency assistance. So what is the Student Emergency Fund and how does a student apply for that?
The Student Emergency Fund is designed to help students who encounter an unexpected short-term financial emergency that might prevent them from continuing their education. So our goal is to provide support to them so that they can continue their studies and successfully complete their coursework. Students can either search Student Emergency Fund right from the homepage of our website, and they'll also find the direct links to the online application, both in Student Affairs and our Center for Access Services. And they'll also find it in key locations like under our financial aid office.
And Darcy, I want to ask you if you're seeing an increase in demand for SNAP applications and access to the food pantry.
That's such a great question. Surprisingly, we've not seen an increase in SNAP application requests. We're finding that many of the students we're working with already receive SNAP. However, we are hearing from the students that those benefits are just not sufficient. As for food assistance, our pantry, the RAM cupboard, has distributed over $3,000 worth of Stop and Shop gift cards to help families with groceries. And these are gift cards that were Stop and Shop, who is a sponsor for the RAM cupboard. In addition to those RAM cupboard funds, we are currently working on distributing $75,000 in student emergency funds to nearly 200 students to assist with food and or living expenses such as rent and bills. And these funds came from a couple Community Foundation of Western Mass grants that we were awarded. And there are numbers that we've never seen before in the past. We're also currently working on mailing care packages to students that consist of basic hygiene products, including feminine hygiene products donated by Always and Stop and Shop. We're looking at packaging 500 care packages with over 1,500 packs of Always feminine hygiene products. And Stop and Shop also donated nearly 500 12 packs of Nature's Promise organic shelf-stable milk. And we were able to pass this donation on to our community partner, the Springfield Public Schools, to assist them with their homeless, migrant, and at-risk student. And Springfield Public Schools serves many of our students' children. So we're extremely grateful to Stop and Shop for their many donations of gift cards and groceries and personal hygiene products that we've been distributing to our students in need.
And so now I want to move to that school can just be stressful for really anyone, and then you add the pressure with the pandemic, it can be really overwhelming. So has the school seen an increase in demand for mental health services?
Looking at sheer numbers is complicated, but we'd characterize the increase in students seeking mental health support during the pandemic as an uptick rather than a surge when you're looking at just the sheer numbers of the students that we're supporting. There's a reluctance on some part to participate in maybe telehealth treatment versus in person, or perhaps students are just not comfortable accessing services until they feel more safe being out and about. I think the real success that the college has in terms of addressing mental health concerns during the pandemic is the continuity of the access to services. We've been able to provide support to every student who has requested mental health service during the pandemic without disruption. And the clinic that we work with reports that many of the students who were referred for mental health treatment during the pandemic are accessing these services for the first time. So this might indicate a little bit less hesitation to access treatment and perhaps the diminishment of the stigma around reaching out for mental health services. And many mental health providers, are talking about perhaps a surge to come post-pandemic when, the long-term effects emerge and people are vaccinated and feel a little bit more safe to be out and about and will seek treatment accordingly.
And lastly, Darcy, I just want to ask you this quickly because we're seeing it being offered at more and more schools across the country. Does your college offer COVID testing right now?
We do. By appointment, students, faculty, and staff can be tested if they're asymptomatic and have not been exposed to someone who's tested positive or suspect that they've been exposed to someone who's tested positive. Otherwise, we refer members of the STIC community to the Stop the Spread testing centers or to a pharmacy or urgent care facility that's offering tests.
All right, Darcy, thank you. And I'll have some final words when we return. You're watching 22 News in Focus. You've been watching 22 News in Focus, and we've been talking about how STCC has been adapting to changes due to the COVID crisis with Darcy Kemp, Vice President of Student Affairs at Springfield Technical Community College. Darcy, we thank you again for being on the program with us.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, that is our program for today, and we thank you at home for watching. If you missed any of it, you can watch it in full on our website. That's wwlp.com. From all of us here at 22 News, have a great day.